Namaskar. Hello to all the viewers. It is my absolute privilege and delight to send out this message to start this anthology from across the world called Around the World. And we've had young people and their teachers reflecting, writing, talking to each other and sharing their worldview, their fears, their aspirations, their hopes, and how they all have one thing in common, that they want to see a better world, a kinder world, a happier world. So if we can dream it, if we can write about it, if we can write poems about it, I think it's quite doable as well. It gives me a lot of pride also to see that we have managed to talk about SDG 4, that is Education for Sustainable Development and Global Citizenship. Because I think going forward, that is the way the world ought to be. While we are all very deeply patriotic and love our country and have a sense of nationalism and patriotism, but the whole idea of the world being one big global village is taking a deep root. And it has become further accentuated in these past months when we've all been in lockdown. That unification, that coming together, that whether you are in one part of the world or the other, you're all in your homes. You're all praying together for this pandemic to end. You're all trying to go online to meet each other, to have celebrations, to study, and even if you have to do a function, maybe do that also online. So I think this great unifier has taught us that the world is one, and the children of the world have to think of themselves as global citizens. And whoever reads these anthology of poems will realize, will see that common thread running through all the poetry, through all the poems, the angst, the worry, the concern, and of course the hope and the solution as well. I hope this anthology inspires more people to write, because there is no better expression than to do the writing of these poems, articles, anything, any way you can express yourself. I would like to thank all the schools that have come forward from all the countries to make this a reality. I would like to thank the team from DPS Gurgaon that has made this possible. And without the extreme hard work of people like Sapna Dhawan ma'am and Mamta Kanti Kumar ma'am, this anthology would not have seen the light of day. So kudos to Team DPS Gurgaon, kudos to all the writers from all the countries of the world who have contributed and shared their deepest feelings with us. God bless all of you.
I am delighted to release the Anthology of Poems, which contains voices from 13 countries. Poetry is that part of literature which helps us to express feelings with greater intensity. Expressing feelings, especially today, is very important for young people. The pandemic has changed the way we look at life and the way we do things. I'm very happy that DPS Sector 45 has taken on this project of bringing together thoughts and expressions of children across the globe. I've read some of these poems and I'm very impressed with the depth of thought exhibited in them. I'm reading a few lines from one of these. So the poem's called COVID-19, The Unknown Future. Why does our populous world look so desolate? Has the virus forced us to abate? There are memories of struggles and misery, of possibilities and opportunities, of crowded hospitals and empty balconies. People were imprisoned inside a cage they called home. I'd like to congratulate the Director Principal Aditi Misra and her team for working at this project and bringing the children of the world closer. God bless you all.
Anthology of Poems Around the World, in its own small way, tries to fulfill some aspects of the Sustainable Development Goal 4, specifically the Education Development Target 4.7, Education for Sustainable Development and Global Citizenship.
This book of poems is like pick and mix. Not of candies, of course, but of emotions.
The theme, reflection of the present times, is diversely perceived by the poets, dependent upon their personal experiences.
A village of straw huts. Are we prepared enough? And then it happened. I wanted to capture the grief, the pain, and the loss of life, all in 10 lines of vivid imagery. How could something so insignificant be so destructive?
Migration is a society issue that really affects us. In the future, it will become more important because of climate change.
Life was normal, the old normal. Going to school, parks and malls, large crowds in cinema halls, full of activity. Everything was fast-paced. Through the mundane daily tasks, we all raced. And then came the pandemic, and it all came to an abrupt halt. A global pandemic, a tiny virus's fault.
May the start and contest time, all work is making stage, and singers arrive on time. The time is Eurovision. There are a lot of staging lights, the stars of countries are on different sides, rehearsals go on days and nights, all entries strong and wonderful.
I'm going to read Samar Jain's poem, I'm Grateful, well, just a part of it, because he doesn't only explain the bad aspects of the pandemic, but tries to see the small, good things and stays positive. Today and every day, I'm grateful for the primeval forests, scarlet flowers, and rampant trees. Fruits, petals, and lush green leaves. I'm grateful for the dazzling lakes, rivers, and seas, and for all that simply heals. I'm grateful for the love and the one who does, for the divine dove in the blissful above.
My first impression of the poem was that everyone can relate to it, and a poem or a story is supposed to make you feel a certain way. I want to give hope to myself and the people around me.
Covered with gloomy clouds, without way out, picture it turned into conflict, everybody trying something to fix, doing the impossible possible.
Day by day, perfection is out of reach, yet we all try to keep up with it. Little do we know it's a breach to the laws of nature that's not in a bit. By the end of the day, we deny accepting the very fact that it's behind a screen. Perfection is behind it, never met reality and never will.
City of stars shine, deeply silenced in the dark sky. Far away and apart, just like us right now. I sit staring at them on the roof of my house, all alone. Constellations reflect in my eyes. My starlight tears soften my heart. Cultivate the plant of my soul and the forest of my mind.
European Dream by Enzo and Elias. No day without a scream, they're here for a dream. Victims of war, they're here to implore.
Victims of the sea, they die from drowning. Nobody to see, nobody is crying.
Locked up, life went on a pause. Like a butterfly, I emerged reformed.
Butterflies in the garden next to flowers and bees. Someone cries quietly and lonely, sitting under the trees.
Flowers rise, standing still in the sunshine. Someone lies calmly singing in this garden of mine.
Recent times have given us to rethink on many aspects of life. Let's fight, give up the fright. We know the situation is not right. This virus is a foe. There is nowhere left to go. So let's do our bit. And Corona will be in our fit. This will make it quit. Let's remove the fright. It's time to fight and make the situation right to get Corona out of sight.
Let me read a few lines from a young poet from Russia, Tumen Bazarov, who wrote, I feel that everything is connected. I understand. I need to grow. I say life is a miracle. I am motivated and flexible.
I wonder about our galaxy. I hear a song of mermaid. I see a dragon. I want to save the animals. I am motivated and flexible. I pretend I am a wizard. I feel that everything is connected. I touch an Excalibur. I worry about ecology problems. I cry because of the war. I am motivated and flexible.
What I'm going to read today is an expression by Anushka Bagchi from India, and she's studying in class 9. I really like this poem in the anthology. My, what a time to be alive. I open my eyes to a world of technology. Laptops, TVs, smartphones, it's all so ordinary. But when I video call my grandfather, his eyes go round and wide. He says these words with excitement. My, what a time to be alive. He's in awe that he can see me and hear me too, whether we sit in different countries. My, what a time to be alive.
Each of the poems has said something beautiful, has said something special, has voiced the deepest fears and concerns of the youth. Each of them has touched a chord in my heart. But perhaps the one that has affected me the most and left me with a deep sense of worry is the one by Enzo and Elias, which says a European dream. No day without a scream. They are here for a dream. Victims of war. They are here to implore. Victims of the sea. They die from drowning. Nobody to see. Nobody is crying. Some look suspicious, but they are just religious. A problem of integration. A problem of a generation. Just more blood, accentuated by the flood. Because of climate change? Is it really strange? So many things said so poignantly by these young poets.
Greetings. On behalf of Delhi Public School Gurgaon, it gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. Anthology of Poems around the world is a remarkable outcome of a collaboration that was indeed beyond boundaries and, of course, geographies. This anthology is an initiative to promote communication and creativity among our young budding poets with diverse cultural backgrounds to connect with each other. My heartfelt thanks to the heads of the participating schools who extended their unstinting support towards this global collaboration. Your motivation and encouragement were instrumental in the success of this international venture. Thank you so much. I extend a huge thank you to the educators and mentors of the participating schools who worked in tandem with us and were always ready to walk that extra mile to help us realize this dream of ours. Thank you to all our dear young poets for making us a part of their experience, their creative sojourn. Your contribution gave soul to the anthology. And my heartfelt gratitude to our Director Principal, Ms. Aditi Misra, for providing the young learners opportunity to exchange thoughts and respect diversity of expressions. As ma'am always says, celebrate diversity, celebrate differences. Ma'am believes that giving global exposure to young adults will promote better understanding and foster unity, hence creating a better world and a sustainable world. A big thank you to all our well-wishers who were prompt with their reflections and poetry reading videos. Your contribution added an artistic touch to our literary pursuit. Thank you, dear educators, IT support teachers, and students of DPS Gurgaon who worked tirelessly and efficiently in collating and creating this interesting book of poems. We hope that you all will enjoy reading the anthology of poems around the world as much as we enjoyed bringing it together and creating this beautiful experience. Thank you once again. Thank you, all of you.